everyone, welcome to Tales of Meandria episode 2. This is I, King Oreo, your VTubing DM. We're here for episode 2, where our intrepid heroes are meeting up with the other students of the academy at the tavern, the Happy Goat. And I'm sure shenanigans will ensue. Enjoy the video. I hope you like it. If you do, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment. And I'll see you at the end of the episode. Bye. Enjoy. Administrator for the academy is guiding you to the Happy Goat. Takes you to the tavern. Looks back to you guys. Go, all right. This is the tavern. A few of your compatriot students for the academy are there. There are rooms. Unfortunately, you guys are all gonna have to share the same room. I will advise the tavern keep to do the modifications to your room. Yeah, enjoy. All the things, the food, the drinks are all on the academy. So feel free. Have a great day, and thank you so much for your support. I will bid you good night. And he walks off. All right, team, who wants to go first? Torque.
Well, I
Oh,
think this calls for a celebration.
there you go.
I already head to the bar to get 5 beers.
Okay. Malfius? No, not Malfius. Iliakos?
Wow. So quiet in here. Gonna have to pop things up a bit. Find an empty table and pop up on it.
All right. So on in the Dahlia, Elias, and Edith, are you guys entering the tavern as well?
Yeah, she's going in.
Okay. So you guys all enter the tavern. You guys immediately notice Iliakos finding an empty table and is climbing on top of it. With a quick scan of the tavern, you see that it's still busy. It's actually pretty busy. You notice in the crowd, there's in one of the corners of the tavern, there's patrons all over the place. However, you have the distinct feeling that it's closed off to commoner folks tonight. You definitely notice that a lot of the patrons that are there tonight are interesting characters, such as yourself. There's a table where there's about 5 of them, just discussing being happy and cheering a little bit. There's one where there's a single young lady with pink hair sitting down reading a book, seemingly. And there are there's a tavern keep. And there's at the bar a young, seems like a young human, a redhead, a young human, a male at the bar, and yeah, that's about the crowd. Oh, excuse me, no, I forgot. There's also, you recognize the Raging Beast, which was the Tabaxi or Leonin barbarian that saved Torque's life. And the druid lady that was there, which is Lutrixia. She was there with her 2 cats. The 2 cats are not there. You guys don't know where they are, but the 2 of them are sitting at a table as well together. All right, so Iliakos, you're getting up on that table.
Ladies, gentlemen, it has been a momentous day. It's had a lot of ups and downs, but we've come out of it the other side triumphant, and it is time for us to enjoy the freedoms of our labors. Next round's on me. Let's get some food out for them too, barkeep.
So okay, give me a little performance check, I guess. Oh my god. So that there's the young lady. People react quite favorably to your reaction. Everybody kind of looked at you as you got on the table, right? At least by curiosity, because you were there. And then your speech was arousing, if it wasn't just to mention that shit's free for everyone already. But the you see the table with the 5 more or less rowdy. one of them, excuse me, just gets up and says, "Yes, free booze and food," and he just gets excited and he's like right into it. And his party kind of looks at him and they're like, "Ah, whatever." Yes, and they just kind of get up with their chair and they cheer back at you. The young lady with purple hair kind of glanced at you a little bit, smiled, and went back to her book. And the other table with the Druid and the Barbarian kind of just go, "Wait a minute, isn't it just free already?" He didn't yell it, but you heard him like he wasn't subtle about it. He was, didn't whisper. He was just like,
Actually confused.
Yeah, exactly. Actually confused.
I'm confused because the girl's hair changed color.
Did I say no? What did I say?
You said pink the first time, and then it went to purple. I was.
Oh shit, my bad. No, I meant pink.
Not.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. No, it's pink. Yeah, everything's pink. So all right, all the hair are pink. All right, so Torque, you go to the bar.
I climb up so that they see me, and I ask for 5 beers.
5 beers coming up. Would you like some food with that, sir?
Give me an ostrich leg.
I'm not paying attention to him, so I just ask for the beers right now.
All right. So Elias, so you don't have to pay, right? So he gives you the 5 beers. Elias, he kind of looked at you. I don't think I have ostrich's legs. We do have chicken. Would that be okay, sir?
I'll have some chicken.
Fantastic.
That works.
All right.
What about gator? You got any gator?
No. I don't. What? Son? I have chicken, pork, and ham. If you or a salad if you'd like a salad, but I don't have any of the exotic animals that you're mentioning.
Are pork and ham the same thing?
Well, they're from the same animal. If you want to get technical.
Don't get snippy with me, kid. And he just walks away. He just walks away. He's like, "Just give them chicken," as he yells into the kitchen in the back.
Dahlia's just sitting there with her face in her hand and just shaking her head.
Well, what did I say wrong?
My God.
They tend to eat more domesticated animals within cities and larger towns and whatnot. They don't usually hunt for what's in the immediate area.
Climb down off the table into a chair when the beers are coming.
All right. So a young, it's not a barkeep. It's a young waitress that comes up and brings in the beers. She's like, "Your foods will be there in a small moment, but please enjoy." And then she
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
She goes away. And Nip, what do you do?
Well, I'll come sit down next to my new companions here.
Right on.
I mean, it's quite the strange, rambunctious place here in this
It's
place.
definitely not what you're used to, right? It's definitely more rowdy, right? And it's not as noble, right? It's definitely more commoner drinks and food.
How quaint.
So you see like the waitress kind of like she forgot, so oh shoot, I forgot. So how many, like, she comes to you and Nip as she watch you sit down, she's like, how many beds am I supposed to put in your rooms? Like, I don't know if some of you guys are together. Like, is it 5? Is it like she looks embarrassed and kind of shy. It's like, do I put like 5 cots, or like, because I was told I need to make sure 5 of you go into the one. I guess you guys could just share the same big bed. We don't have a bed for 5, so I'm sorry, you can't do that.
Torque over here is best off having his own bed, as he tends to toss and turn a lot, and it's quite dangerous as he sleeps with his axe.
Okay.
Cuddle with your axe.
You don't gotta worry about a bed for me either.
I'm not quite. We're not all that quite familiar with each other as of yet.
Oh, okay.
But I believe 5 would be adequate.
If it is easier, I do prefer to sleep on a nice bed of soil and leaves.
I mean
Soil
that would
leaves?
require that I go shovel outside and just bring dirt and.
Oh, you don't need to go through any extra trouble for me. Whatever is available,
Okay.
I'll be able to make the best of.
Thank you.
Headnip looks a little confused and aghast, but he's hanging in there.
Okay. And what do you like? She looks at Elias like, what do you mean you don't need a bed? You don't sleep?
Oh, no, they're just uncomfortable. I don't know, something about the nice hard ground just feels much more my speed, you know what I mean?
All right. So far 2 beds. She looks at Dahlia. Ma'am, would you require a bed?
Yes, I would prefer a bed, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. And she like kind of walks away. She's kind of weirded out by the fact that, you know, like 3 of you kind of said, "Oh, I'll just sleep on the ground," or 2 of you should say. Sorry. So she, you see that she goes to like someone, like a young strapping boy, to help them, and you kind of see them like walk upstairs and go into a ranger room.
Oh man,
That
think I should've
reminds
asked?
me.
Yes.
Wander the catch up with the servant girl. One other question, ma'am.
Yes.
Do you by chance have a hot bath drawn? I'm wearing chainmail full of bug bits.
Oh yes. There is one in your room. You would like me to have it prepared?
Oh yes, please. For everybody's sake, I think it's best if I cleaned up. That was a very
Yes. I mean,
brutal
I
fight.
wasn't gonna say anything, but yay, you know. Thank you.
Yes, yeah.
Why didn't you just use the fountain?
well, yeah, I thought that was a bath.
I saw the water in the fountain. I'm not going to use
that's
the fountain.
not a bath.
But that's what the fountain's for.
Wait,
No, people drink that water.
why would they drink the bath water?
That's not bath water. That's
Well,
probably
what was after I
the-
got done with it?
Oh no.
All right. Lovely. Okay. I'll get that prepared for you all. Thank you. She kind of just walks upstairs, and you see them kind of like pulling like 2 more beds in the room and whatnot. So Torque, one of the one that was cheering from that other table kind of comes to you. It's a young human male. He's got some kind of a straw hat on his head, with a giant grin, and he's coming with 5. You see him like he comes in kind of excited towards you with like 5 more mugs, and hey buddy, thank you for the beer. Here's 5 more. And he kind of like brings them and puts them where you guys are seated. What's your name?
I'm Torque, and I grab one of the jugs of beer, and I just chug the whole thing.
And he goes, he grabbed Elias, who's not there? Elias is not there. He grabs a free one, and then just chugs it there as well with you. Awesome, my name's Luffy. And then he just like gives you a high five, then he walks away.
Luffy.
So yeah, Dahlia, anything else you want to do while this is going on?
She's just kind of looking around and trying to take everybody else in that's around them, since there's obviously more students here than just us, and looking for the dumbass that she set his cart on fire.
You don't see him. He's not in.
Huh, interesting. I could have swore that he was going to be here, but maybe not.
While you scan around, however, you do notice the young lady with pink hair kind of like not like staring at you, but she definitely like was looking towards you. And then when you kind of like have like your eyes kind of met, your eye contact met. She didn't like shy away or turn away, but she kind of gave you like a non-descriptive look, really, like kind of a casual look, and then kind of just went back to her book.
When I see that, I'll raise my hand and wave to her for a little, a couple of seconds before she turns away.
Okay.
And then once the food shows up for everybody, I'll kind of start eating since I haven't eaten all day.
Right. And she waves back. She like she gave you like a nice, warm, friendly smile and kind of waved back at you. All right. So your food arrives, Alias. You're the waitress. It's a different waitress because the other one is busy doing you guys' room. So your food's there. Anything you would like to do?
Right now, I'm looking at my drink. I'm thinking to myself, what kind of drink is this? What kind of drink? Ale. Oh, is that alcoholic drink, right? The only alcohol I've ever had is moonshine my dad made.
Yes, it's alcohol. It's a less potent alcohol, but yes, it is an alcohol.
I'll take a big old swig of it.
Oh, right.
Ooh,
The hell?
you mention your father quite often. Who was this man? He seems to have quite the history.
Oh, my pa,
Remember that?
yeah. Let me tell you about
no.
him.
Oh no.
My pa was a hero around these parts, from what I understand. He tell me all these kind of stories back when this first started happening, all this craziness going on, and he was in the middle of it. He was dead in the middle of the whole thing. But I understand he was actually the biggest part of taking control of the whole situation and really putting some
What
plans
was
into
the
play.
situation?
Was that Steel?
What was the situation?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The situation with all the portals and whatever. Right now.
I'm not quite from these parts. I've no knowledge of the.
But do you remember those ice creatures that showed up out of nowhere?
I can't say I recall. We have strange events in my lands, but nothing just.
He's referring to
talking about
like during the day.
creatures we just fought.
Yeah, the monster beings.
That's normal here.
Yeah. That's what we call rift.
I can't say we've had too much trouble. Though usually, if something is to cross into a plane of existence, it's done intentionally, not as what appeared as random as that was.
Yeah, not always. That's very much said under her breath, like I just said it.
Yeah, hardly ever happens when they want it to. Sometimes you get people that just come here, have no clue how they got here. They're confused. They feel trapped. They're surrounded by people. They get scared. They lash out. They do all kinds of stuff. My dad was the one that actually made up how we should act, when these kind of things go on.
So are you here to follow in his footsteps then?
Oh, yeah. Planning to be a nice ranger just like my pa.
It's a noble act to aspire to the goals of your father. And this you said is your sister. I don't quite see the resemblance. If it becomes a little rude, I apologize. But
Oh no, it's fine. I'm not blood related to him.
Yeah, we got different mothers and fathers.
mothers and fathers.
I ended up in a situation of my own to where Elias's father took me in when I kind of arrived not exactly in the right state of mind. And he's been helping me since I've gotten here. Both him and Elias have.
Well, you've both fought rather well today. I'm quite impressed with your feats with the bow and with magic. I've been
You did
striving
very well yourself.
Well, thank you. I've been forced to train most of my life to honor the home, the house that I come from. Not much choice of my own, really, but I feel it is necessary to become strong to protect your ideals and your people.
I
Hear,
agree.
hear.
And family obligations can be a bit troublesome as well.
Yeah.
On that note, I'll grab my mug. I'll take a big old swig again. God, what does this taste?
That would be beer.
Like, how do you guys? Man, dude, they got any moonshine? Hey, Baki, you got any moonshine?
You guys, like, he kind of looks at the waitress. He goes, you go deal with him. And he kind of just turns around and keeps going with. And then the young lady comes back to you. It's like, what can I do for you, sir?
You got anything like moonshine or anything stronger than this?
Yeah, we have stronger alcohol. I don't know anything about moonshine. Yeah, just give him the rum or whatever. Okay. So she, would you like that instead, sir?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay. And she kind of, anyone else here? Would you guys like refills or? I'll just bring 5, right? Some of you guys are not here.
No,
I'll just bring
thank you.
5. No more? Okay.
No more.
I'll just
Thank
pour the
you.
rest of my mug into the other guys each.
Like from the other table where there's the 5 rowdier ones, like, hey, whatever they don't drink, I'll drink it. And then she kind of just walks away and go gets your order and stuff like that. Iliakos, you're now a clean goat.
Excellent.
Right.
Stray back down. Did I hear they were already getting into the hard stuff? Oh, it's good to get out of that
Elias
armor.
is.
That's exactly when she arrives, and then, hi, sir. Indeed, Mr. here ordered some harder liquor, so here it is.
What's the hard stuff made from here? It's not mead, is it?
No, it's not mead. We have a nice rum.
Oh, rum is wonderful. Some of me and Torque's best parties started from rum.
Torque's not at the table anymore. He went towards that rowdy table.
Oh, okay, all right.
And you will notice that Dahlia has actually not touched the alcohol.
Gotcha. She does point out. I believe your friend left.
Ah, yeah, he's over there. He's their problem now.
She smiles and kind of awkwardly just goes, my sister is finishing you guys' room and we're cleaning a bat. If someone else wants to take a bat after that, that's totally fine. We're, changing the water. I hope the food is okay.
And oh, it looks wonderful. I'll dig right in now.
All right. So she walks away. Torque, you're going to the rowdy table. So the table, on it, you have a green-haired human swordsman. You have a orange-haired human female sitting there. You got the Luffy, who the ones interested to you with the straw hat. And then you have a dude with black curly hair and a giant nose. And a deer-looking tiny creature.
I'm gonna go right next to the tiny deer creature and say, "Hey, I'm bigger than you."
So, you're about
How
the
you
same
doing?
size, actually. Like, you're like, he's not that small, right? He's about like maybe 3 feet. You're what, 4 or 5 feet? You're bigger.
I'm 3'1", so he's
Oh,
smaller.
so you okay? Okay, so
He's- okay.
He's smaller than
So,
you. Sorry.
Yes, I can look down on it. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, what's up?
that-
It's good to
is
see
that
a
the orange
smaller
included?
one. What's
It's
that?
got deer antlers, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like tiny deer antlers.
Yeah, so he's taller than Torque.
You don't count the antlers. It's like counting your hairstyle. Go away. So I put my arm around him, and then I toast his mug of beer, and I try to get everybody to drink with us.
Oh, they are, like I said, they are very much like they were definitely like started before you guys, right? Some of them are inebriated already. They do look like a little bit hardy on the alcohol. You see a lot of mugs empty on the in the middle of the table, right? They're kind of chugging and they're they seem to be partying and celebrating, or you're not exactly sure, but they're like, you come in, you're like, hey, let's cheer, and then like the one with the straw hat, hey, let's go, 6 more now, let's go. Very excited. Also, bring more chicken. Very loud. He seems like you like when you look at the table's a mess. There's a lot of plates, a lot of empty food. All the food seems to be on one side of the table where a lot of food's been eaten there. Like I said, about about 15 fucking mugs not picked up yet, and like the waitress is almost sweating because she has to walk away with cups all the time and come back, and it's just them 5 or making the night for the tavern for sure.
I showed up late to your guys' party.
Yeah, well, we're celebrating. We're leaving, so it's kind of our last night here. So we're partying.
This is my first night here.
Oh, you're new. Are you going to the academy too?
Academy. Oh, I think Iliac.
Yes.
Something about that.
Yes, he is.
What?
Maybe.
Are you shouting, Iliakos?
Yeah. Yes, he is.
Oh, apparently you are going.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like you guys kind of hear like from like they're not that far from you guys, but you kind of see them from. Oh my God, they have an idiot just like us too. Like one of them, like the one with the green hair, kind of says that, like not looking at the conversation very much, just kind of like sighed, like almost dejectedly, like God, they have an idiot just like us.
Is that Luffy, the idiot?
Oh yeah, the straw hat one. Yeah. Correct. That is Luffy. Fortunately, Abk went to bed before we got to that part. Thanks, Abk. You fuck. If you know, you know. All right. So Torque, you hang out with them?
Yeah, definitely gonna drink more with them. A lot more with them.
Yeah. Okay. There's is at that moment when Ilyako's kind of like ditches you guys and joins the others, you hear the door opening with a grand swing, and in comes in Dracor Malpheus, which is the young man that you set fire to his cart. You're like, Bertrand. As he comes in, he starts like talking very loudly. Bertrand, I can't believe we have to sleep in this dump tonight. Oh my God, why is the prestigious hotel filled? Didn't they know I was here? Where was my reservation to those? What is going on? Not happy with how things are going. He kind of just walks in, ignores. Tavern Keep goes, oh, hello. Kind of walks completely in front and by, and kind of just sits down at a table and just, you know, loudly complains and, oh God, like he before he sits down, he's like, hold on. Bertrand's like, yes, sir. Wait, one moment, and he kind of like his manservant Bertrand kind of pulls like a tissue from his vest and kind of like swipes the seat, you know, of the chair, and then swipes the legs of the chair and the back and the table. It's like, sir, thank you, Bertrand. At least someone is civilized here. And then he sits down.
All right, so going over once again. In Elias's eyes, he didn't see what was going on with Draco, so he believes that he took on, what was it, 5 or 6 insects on by himself?
Yeah. A ton.
Poor guy. Yeah. Oh, that poor guy having a hell of a day, isn't he? Hey, here, have some of this. I'll go ahead and toss one of my chicken legs at him.
Okay.
A kind gesture, you know?
Sure.
Camaraderie.
Sure.
Oh, she just lets this happen at this point.
All right. So you see, it kind of hits him on the back, right? It's kind of like on the back right shoulder, and it's like kind of greasy a little bit, and puts like you already see like the stain of grease landing on his shoulder. Pretty much like you just threw a fucking stain at him. It hits him. He He doesn't even turn around. He's like, oh no, I recognize that voice. Bertrand, tell me I'm dreaming. Sir, you're not dreaming. Is it those idiots from earlier today? Yes, sir. And it's just like Bertrand's kind of looking kind of like, oh no. He just kind of doesn't even turn around, just kind of lifts his hand in the bag and says, thanks, but no thanks.
Oh, poor guy. I wonder who those idiots he was talking about were.
The waitress goes to him and she goes, sir, may I? Like, and he completely interrupts her right away, acting like an absolute douchebag. Like, all right, young lady, I don't want to hear what's on the menu. What I would like is a nice roasted pheasant with a bottle of wine. She's like, sir, we don't have pheasant. We have chicken. You don't have pheasant? What kind of establishment this is? I bet you don't even have ostrich, do you?
At this point, Dahlia is going to get up, take the mug of beer that she has not touched, walk over, and pour it all down his head.
All right.
Can Torque see this, or is he having too much fun?
I mean, if you want to see it, you see it. Right, so Dahlia, you walk up to Raycor, JK Rollings, don't sue me, and you spit, like, he doesn't even move, like he kind of like is suddenly shocked. It's like his mouth just goes. He turns around expecting, you know, obviously someone, but like when he turns around, he's kind of taken back because he sees it's you, and he's like, "Milady, you are a dishonor to everything that has honor on this complete planet. How
Whoa.
dare
No,
you?
that would be you.
I am of noble family, and I don't know what kind of back country you're from, but I am gonna have words with the
What
king."
is on the table in front of him?
What's that?
Is there anything on the table he sat at?
No, there's nothing.
Damn it.
But the waitress is there with a beer next to you. Suddenly.
I take that beer and throw it in his face.
Bertrand's like, oh my god. See, like, his manservant gets up and kind of quickly gets in between the two of you and kind of starts damping his head a little bit. Like, oh no. I will have you thrown to jail. I know the king of Ironbound personally, and he will not stand for this abuse. Get
Iliad
the
puts
guard.
his hand from off camera, hands her another pint.
That gets thrown in his face too.
How many
Or
beer
whatever.
are around this place?
I see what's going on here. Food fight.
Oh no.
Food fight? Torque!
Food fight.
Food fight!
I grabbed some of the bones on the table from what Luffy has eaten, and I just chucked them all at. What are we going with for his name? Malfour? Just start chucking.
If you keep getting it wrong, that'll upset him even more.
Let's do it.
So food fight. All right. So like before, like Alias, you threw chicken at him, right? Dahlia, you kind of feel like in your hand, like a pint kind of just flew in your hand. You're not exactly sure from who, but someone sent you a pint, like from, with magic, obviously. And then you kind of catch from the glimpse of your eye the pink-haired lady that you share the glass.
And yep, it goes all over him.
All right,
and
so, like,
his manservant, because his manservant's a douche too.
He's riding, so like they're both soaked, and then a chicken just comes out flying out of nowhere and strikes. Why don't you roll a d4, Spear? See, like, actually roll an attack just for friend's sakes.
Okay, just
regular
Just-
fucking bow. It doesn't matter.
okay.
Just to see like which one, because you nail him, fucking chicken breasts in the face, like right in there, like, and there's like the pieces, like you stuck it so well that the chicken hit him in the face, and then the crispy skin kind of stuck to his face a little bit and peeled off the chicken as it fell to the ground, and he still has like a piece of skin on his cheek, and then Luffy, you hear like Torque. You're kind of seeing this, and you're about to get ready, and then you see about 10, 15 empty mugs just getting chucked right in that group of people with plates and pieces of chicken, and Luffy goes, "Food fight!" And it just chaos ensues. All right, so, and Nip, as you're sitting there chilling, being extremely dignified, all of this chaos happened. How do you react?
Well, it's a good question. I believe I will prepare my my invisible telekinetic mage hand to block and swat away any incoming food particles.
Right on, right on.
Getting dangerously close to myself.
Kind of like an invisible dodge shield. It's just like swatting. All right.
But Ednip is definitely baffled. He obviously, this nobleman has done something to to bring revolt from his people. But it's not really my place as a foreigner to step in and protect his nobility.
So you don't.
Now,
so do you join in?
For now, yeah. But I'm waiting to see what this poor noble will actually do.
He is kind of petrified as you watch him. He's kind of like in the middle of everything, and like the other rowdy table just starts chucking at Elias too, right? Like they're not stopping or anything like that. Like they're just kind of like they're in like thinking that everybody's in, right? So like that's where like your telekinesis is kind of like deflecting a chicken and like a sausage out of nowhere and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Torque, they're flinging your sausage around.
Yup.
And I rage.
Oh no!
Arkichu kind of has it right. Just sitting there, slowly just sipping this beer that I've never had before, going, I don't know if I really like it, but it's impolite to refuse. So, and just taking tiny sips, little mage hand swatting away chicken bones.
There you go.
But,
all right, Iliakos, do you join in the craziness?
I helped start it, so god damn it, yes.
Okay, all right, Elias, I'm sure you're in. Torque!
I run to the bar, and I'm like, 3 of your finest pies.
Okay, so like, the tavern keep is like kind of sitting in the back, like just kind of sitting behind the bar on the floor, saying, "Oh God, I better be compensated for this." And then the 2 waitresses are having a fucking blast. So they're like, "Absolutely, sir. I'm sure you're hungry." And they pull out 3 pies and they just put them on the fucking counter. No problem.
Torque, pies.
Okay, well, Moobot's going ham. Right, so Torque, Torque, so yeah, Torque, you're kind of stuck, like, you're like, there's a food fight starting, and you're kind of on the other side. Your friends are on the other side of the fight, but you're just kind of just joined in and started chucking food around. So you're raging for real?
No, I was gonna get mad because people are wasting sausage. But
that's a good point.
Do I see any targets of import that I should go after, or is it just a melee and I should just start throwing at anything?
I mean, there's melee, and there's also, you know, that barbarian that kind of showed you off during the day? You know, that Leonin barbarian?
Yeah.
He's there, and he's like, so you have like, kind of like to the, you have imagine the room, right? There's like you guys on a corner, there's the noble in the middle, and then kind of like diagonal to you on the opposite side of the noble, there's the table of your party. And on like the top side, like imagine if you like like on a dice, like 5, right? On another corner, there's the 2 teachers there. There's Lutrixia, which is the druid that was there saving the people with you guys, and Raging Beast, who was the other barbarian, Leonin. They have not engaged in the fight. They kind of like talking. They seem to be in a serious conversation, but it's in the early food fight, and they have not thrown chicken yet.
I grab 2 beers, and can I stealth? Or at least sneakily get behind them.
Sure.
Without them noticing.
I mean, it's a food fight. It's not that serious. So yeah, absolutely. You sneak like you've never sneaked before.
And then I'm gonna douse both of them in beer.
Oh my lord. So you guys kind of see this scene, right? Torque seemingly becomes almost invisible to everybody else but you, and kind of just like Mission Impossible Ethan Hunt with 2 fucking mugs of beer in his hand, kind of like hugs, puts his back to the wall and kind of like
to see him.
Shimmies, right? They don't see him. He does a roll past one table, doesn't spill any of the beer, and then kind of just like skips in behind the druid, drops it, fucking tumble rolls on the table fast enough to land behind the other barbarian and douse the barbarian at once.
Surely they see him. No,
They
no,
did not
didn't.
see him. It was like perfect stealth, perfect mission.
Then I just cheer with my arms up. Food fight!
Oh my, okay, all right. So, yeah, Coach, before we'll get to the pie throwing at this point first.
A windshield.
All right, Ilya Coach, you got your pies.
After I realized that they didn't see him, and he does the double beer dunk and goes, food fight, heft him a pie, and grab the other 2 and pick targets out.
Oh, I get a pie too?
Well,
Yeah,
you're not
grab
there
3.
anymore.
So 1 for each of my hands and 1 for you.
There we go.
It's going.
But you can
going
move on
far.
to after the 2 teachers.
Oh, move on after the. Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to randomly pick 2 targets that are close by and happily involved in the fight. So, Bertrand and Malthus.
Okay, so okay, yeah, sure. The noble Dracor Malthus, yes.
Yep.
All right, so you throw your
Oh, yeah.
2 pies at him.
So Bertrand gets a light little like top of the head, makes a bit of a mess, puts some real like elbow into the one that gets Malthus in the face.
Okay.
Like the kind of
I
like
sidestep
nose
this
gets a little
since I'm still
shifted
near them.
under it.
Gotcha.
Like a good one that puts him backwards over the chair.
Right. Like you roll an attack. Let's see that result for fun. So just use your best one in this manner. So you land that pie, right? You land him square in the face of Dracor Malthus, and you got him so squarely strong in the face that he kind of stumbled a little bit, and on the ground there's a chicken leg, and he kind of steps on it on his heel and slips and falls ass down into more food on the ground. And then your second one kind of hits Bertrand right in the face, and it kind of peels off and lands on Dracor's pantaloons, soiling the pantaloons. You're right.
Now this is becoming a party.
Right.
Dog pile.
And Dahlia just smiles so happily down at him.
I immediately jump on top of him.
All right. So, it gets rowdy. Everybody starts getting pies because, like I said, that other group, they don't give a fuck. They're just throwing at everyone. You guys are kind of aiming at the noble more, but they're just kind of including everyone, right? Hennip, there's a couple that your hand dodges, and then you kind of like glance at the one with the green hair at the other table is kind of like, I'm gonna land that one. If there's one thing I do tonight, I'm gonna hit that guy with a chicken wing. And then he just kind of like focuses on you a little bit.
I'll just give him a little little telepathic shove for 5 feet.
Okay. All right. All right. So you kind of just shove him, like he's sitting like kind of like a cool guy, right? Like sitting with the back of the chair on his chest, right? Like the bad guy in Breakfast Club. And then you kind of shove his chair. He kind of looks at you, and he seemed to not sure what you did, but he seemed to think. I mean, I don't know. Do you kind of make it clear that it's you that did it, or?
I can. I'll do a little like gesture with my hand as I kind of wave his way, and so he knows I'm watching him.
He shakes his finger side to side.
Right, exactly. All right,
don't you better be putting that in your mouth, not throwing it over here.
Oh, do me a little perception check, by the way.
Oh no.
Yes. Never mind. We're good. All right. So it's when you kind of give him that cocky little smile. And you go nah, and then you kind of feel wet, kind of pouring down your head. Wetness.
I believe
goes
as a rabbit,
into your...
I get a special dexterity saving throw.
No. That's not how this works. It's not combat. It's made up stuff. So you kind of feel liquid, kind of like getting poured on your head. Your fur gets a bit wet. You got some in your ear. That's kind of inevitable. And down your jacket, there is a beer dunked on you. You kind of turn around, and the cup kind of just drops down.
Oh, it was flown there, huh? Can I,
Are you gonna take that?
I don't think I will. I mean, obviously, I'm not really good at Arcana checks, but I have to do an Arcana
You
check
can,
to
absolutely,
see.
sure.
I can at least attempt to see, as I look around the room to see who might be casting or doing some kind of shenanigans.
You better be decent at Arcana checks, being a wizard.
He's not.
I have
That's
the
the
special,
thing.
the curse.
That's his curse.
Oh no!
For non sword related ones. So you take that and you minus what?
You're fine. You see it. It's actually Arcana. You kind of feel the telekinetic energy. You didn't notice it because you were doing it, but apparently you're not the only one that has that feat. So you kind of realize that you kind of have an inkling that it seems to be coming from the young lady with pink hair. And she kind of smiles at you with like a coilish kind of like grin on her face.
A little splashy.
A little splashy. And she's completely clean herself. As you kind of notice, it looks like she's got the same feet.
Okay.
All right. Elias, you're dogpiling. Dahlia, you're starting to get like some rebound food on you a little bit. You are definitely not spared getting hit because you're next to the
that's
the
fine.
noble. As the fucking antagonizer of this melee, what do you do at this point?
I just kind of move out of the way. Like I will throw things at people if they come near me, but I'm not actively like going after people.
Gotcha. All right. Okay.
Although I will try to keep dumbass on the floor if he tries to get up.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you're kind of ducking a little bit underneath like their table, right? So to make sure you don't get like targeted too much. But you do make sure that he constantly kind of stays on the ground by kind of pushing in a little bit. And Elias is just kind of like, dog pal! As he's pushing his fucking torso against him. And Bertrand's like, sir, please! Sir, please! You kind of like just kind of
Join in! Come out! It's a barrier!
Dahlia
I'll grab his shirt and I'll drag him down into the dark pile.
Oh my god. All right. So like you kind of like Dahlia, you kind of witnessed that. You help Elias as well, dragging him by pushing Bertrand with a little shove on the on the tush.
Yep, just kind of a foot up and kind of just shove a little bit.
Ilyakos.
If anyone seems to be getting ready to huck any kind of alcohol at Dahlia, get between it with a food tray.
Okay. All right. Like with the
Food
shield.
is fair game.
Yay!
Water's fair game. Alcohol stays off her.
All right. All right. Cool. All right. So at that moment, Dahlia, you shove Bertrand there, and Ilyakos kind of comes in and blocks a fucking pie with his not a pie, excuse me, a beer with his food tray from you. At this point, Torque, you kind of feel like you're like, woo! And you go and dunk the beers on the two teachers, and there's kind of like calm before the storm. And the Leonin kind of just gets straight up. Now, the Leonin, by the way, is a humanoid lion, right? It's a lion person. So he
like
gets
Final
up.
Fantasy Hrothgar, right?
Yes, basically Final Fantasy Hrothgar, or actually, I could probably show you. Look at a little image.
Tony the Tiger.
Right, Tony the Tiger is a good one. This one is very muscular. He's about 6'8", and he seemingly kind of just gets up without reacting to anything, walks to the bar, and yeets barrels. At this point, he's like, "You want to fuck with me?" And he just yeets it towards you. At that point, and Torque.
So am I dodging said barrels, or?
No.
He's just throwing them.
I mean, you can dodge it. Well, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Alright.
Points for Neo. That's a
Do a
good
barrel roll, right?
Uh,
All right. So you manage to like get out of the way a little bit, but it kind of it breaks. Kind of like the barrel is kind of the size of Torque, right? It was pretty easy for him to yeet one with one hand, and he's yeeting a second one. You kind of manage the first one. You get kind of hit with like the ricochet of the beer exploding on the floor, and the other one kind of bumps you on the side a little bit as it shatters and douses you completely. Also, however, dashes out the young Lutrixia lady that is just sitting there. It seems to be extremely annoyed. And what'd you do at that point?
The pie that Malpheus gave me, I'm going to hand to her and say, if you would like to throw it.
I like how it's formed as a question.
I picture him doing that with the bat's all eyes as well.
Right.
It's like a guy and his wife is pissed off and would you like to join it?
She's like, oh, absolutely. And you kind of feel like a gust of wind kind of lifting you up and yeeting you with the pie towards the barbarian kitty. Essentially. And so you kind of like, she starts casting, and you kind of see like a cyclone getting formed in her hand, and it kind of just like whooshes you away with the pie, and you're kind of like almost like a Naruto-like with a Rasengan, kind of like flying towards the barbarian with the pie in your hand, ready to land, and you land square in his face.
Biggest smile on my face. Everything I've ever wanted just happened.
All right. So, all right, the melee starts, and it's starting to get more and more rowdy. Elias, you're on top of Dracor, and he's like, oh my god, I'm being accosted! Bertrand, please, I'm being attacked! This is an attack to probably an assassin coming for my title and my money! Get off me, peasant! Oh god, the smell! Oh god, his mouth is open, and he's kind of like on the floor, on his back, with you on top of it. You kind of like just kind of play wrestle with a guy who doesn't really want to play wrestle.
Yeah. I'm ignoring everything he said. Woo, yeah! Let's go!
and you're like, he's like freaking out. You're being pulled almost to the ground by the manservant Bertrand. And that's when like chaos ensues. Like the barbarian kind of just gets as you see Torque fly through the screen. Oh, the screen. Flying through the scene with a pie, a duking right in the face of the barbarian, and then just chaos just continues, and it doesn't seem to stop. Everyone is going, and you know, you got Ilyakos kind of duking everything. And you kind of see like the teacher druid as well, kind of putting a table onto the side, and she's kind of ducking in behind it. And the barbarian is like, there's no more food in the kitchen because it's getting eaten fucking everywhere. That's how he's doing this thing, right? He got Torque. It's almost like Torque landed the pie, kind of got stuck on his face for 2 seconds and slid off. And then it's kind of like a little twitch of his eye. And he's not necessarily looking at where he's throwing things. He's just throwing things towards the vicinity of the people, right? There's like chicken, pies, beers, barrels. It's like carnage. And, you know, the group, the other five, kind of carnage goes absolutely insane. And that's how things are going. You kind of, at some point, it goes on for a few minutes, unless someone wants to do something specific. We're gonna forward. I mean, and Nip, you haven't really done anything, so if you want to do something, I give you that opportunity. If you want to target at someone or something.
I mean, there is one particular person who's in direct need of my ire.
Go for it.
I'll wait for a piece of pie or food to be being flung through the air, and I'll use my mage hand to redirect it and attempt to splatter my new pink-haired friend.
Okay, all right. So you're waiting for the opportune time as she's, you know, like when the carnage from Raging Beast, which is the barbarian, once he starts throwing things, like you gotta see her, like her attention kind of focusing on that, dodging a few things, blocking, so she's still like seamlessly pretty clean, and then that's when you decide to strike, as you kind of send a pie. It's an apple pie, or it's a grape pie, because you know that will stain very well, and you kind of like sneak it underneath, and it seamlessly makes its way to her. Where do you want to place that pie?
Oh, it can go right on the top of her head.
Right on top of her head. All right. So the pie kind of like subtly, sneakily climbs up from behind her, and it just flips and just kind of place itself almost when you're, you know, when you're drawing juice from an orange. The pie kind of lands on her head. It kind of twists a little bit, making sure the gooey center of the pie kind of drapes evenly over her head into her pink hair that it's now purple.
We got there in the end.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, wrapped up. All right,
Foreshadowing.
There you go. Great. All right, so anyone has something specific that they want to do in this food fight?
No.
Good.
I think my work here is done.
Your work here, okay. Elias, you keep wrestling.
I'll get off of Malpheus and push his butler in between me and him, kick off him, jump onto the table, grab a beer out of the air, just swig it. Woo!
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a party.
It is definitely a party. Great. So, so who, during this entire time, you guys kind of, you know, food fight, you eat at the same time, you drink at the same time a little bit. Who in the party is getting wasted?
Here, me, over here. This guy. Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah,
Ilyakos, we got Torque. Elias, do you just party, drink, get wasted?
Oh, it's on now.
Okay.
The party has already started, and I am not stopping until.
All right.
we run
Dahlia.
out.
No, I do not.
All right. And
I
Nip.
throw one beer, I drink one beer. I throw one beer, I drink one beer.
No, it's more of a polite social drink. but
Okay,
it's,
all right.
oh.
So, because it is like getting to the point where it's getting rowdy. Great. I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw for Elias, and Torque, or Iliakos, Elias, and Torque.
I was like, wait, you need two from me?
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
Oh. Okay. What did you get, Torque? Oh, 11?
Yep.
All right, with a DC of 10. It is a success for Torque and Iliakos. Elias, you're drunk already. You are, like, you know, not already, but like you've drank a lot. Boom, you're drunk. Okay. So, a few moments by, it goes crazy. People are just drinking, and then the fighting kind of stops on its own when it resumes drinking. There's like the door opens at that point, and you kind of notice that Sergeant Alex steps in, followed by Captain Kieran, and they're kind of taken back. And they're like, "What
It's
the
Time
hell?"
to go get that back.
I am Officer of the day. Man,
Sergeant Alex is eating a fucking ham sandwich.
All right.
Well,
So things have slowed down, and then Sergeant Alex kind of just walks in, and behind him is Captain Kieran, and just like almost like a homing missile, there goes the turkey that just kind of like it almost like the wings kind of regenerated itself as true fucking flying wings, as that turkey kind of dodges and dips and dives and lands squarely in Sergeant Alex's face, and seemingly there's flesh of chicken getting stuck in the hood of his armor and in the chainmail on his armor, and immediately you can see that his pristine, clean, newly acquired promotion showing armor is now stained. And
I will attempt to grab a beer out of the air. I'll rush over to him, set it in his hand. Come on, you're the man of the hour. Let's go.
Sorry, I'm kind of
I'll
I'm
put the beer to his mouth
and he
and
kind of
pour.
like is like kind of and then the captain kind of steps close. We're on official business, so no drinking. And he kind of looks at Alex. Alex is almost about to drink it, but decides not to, and steps in. Yeah, official business. Can't drink. Serious business. Puts it down. It's Tavern Keep kind of comes out. It's like, oh my God, thank God you guys are here. I'm assuming you're here to arrest them. All of them, they're all guilty. And they kind of, the captain kind of looks at them. No, we're not here for that. However, clean up your establishment. It's dirty. And the tavern keeper is kind of like,
At that, Iliakos straightens up, brushes off the toga that he's wearing, puts a chair straighten up, and starts picking up and cleaning up.
all right.
Torque starts picking up some of the errant wieners and starts eating them as he's trying to clean as well.
Yeah.
If it's food and like it's sort of like pick up the chicken one, it's like, oh, there's only like 3 or 4 bites out of this. Toss it to Torque.
Only a couple people stepped on it. It's fine.
Yeah, there's a boot print in this pie, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, just immediately get right to like cleaning up.
All right. They're like, no, we're looking for the Captain Kieran looks at the tavern keepers, and we're looking for the small one, the Green Goblin. Have you seen him around? We've got questions for him. Yep, he's behind that broken barrel, behind that door, eating that chicken on the floor. He kind of turns around.
Floor chicken.
Lovely.
What?
Thanks.
Who's look? What? Somebody
right.
said green.
So, so the party, when they show up, it's kind of like, oh, okay, like, let's stop fucking around. Yeah, comes roll me a little. Actually, no, it's fine. You notice that some people kind of catch your drift at that point and kind of like, okay, yeah, we should
he did a
probably
big
clean up our
smile
own
while
mess.
he's doing it like this is part of it.
The ones that are more like kind of aware, kind of start cleaning up with you. Like when they notice that, they kind of clean up their own corners as well. You notice that Luffy not aware, Elias not aware, Dahlia aware, Raging Beast aware. Does he care? Not sure yet. Doesn't seem, not sure. The druid lady is her two cats all of a sudden appeared and are eating food, and one of them like kind of like gets stealthily like behind Torque and grabs like a piece of chicken he didn't notice and kind of just like retreats quietly in the back as they kind of steal the food around Torque while he's being distracted.
I can't try to take one out of their mouth.
I mean, yeah, sure. You notice you kind of turn around and there's like a big cat, maybe like fucking 300-pound cat, kind of the size of like a mountain lion. And he comes, look, he's got the chicken in one hand and he's giving you a look. He's like, don't try. But you decide to try, obviously.
I definitely try.
Right. So you kind of grab the chicken from him and quickly, like a flash, the cat's like in a pulling position, and you end up pulling the chicken against the cat, and there you go. Like and like the druid's like, no, Bibit, stop, you're already fat, stop eating, and that kind of ensues like that a little bit. Most others are count it. Most of the others kind of clean up around, but everyone is kind of joyful and happy about being dirty, right? Like Lalit, the pink young lady, is laughing, and she's helping picking up like dishes and stuff like that. However, Bertrand and Dracor Malthus, as soon as the captain arrives and is done with his business with the tavern keep, Dracor gets up. Finally, you're here! What took you so long to get here, Captain? Guard, sir, what? I have to report a crime, and he just goes on towards that, towards the captain of the guard. As you can see, he's going on and kind of pointing at all of you, and in his a very quiet, high-paced rambling, he seems very angry, and he's ratting everybody out. Pointing severely at Dahlia, and she's like, she's the one, she started everything, and that's the one that she did, and she should pie, and she fucking put like 10 beers on me, and accosted me. I'm pretty sure one of them stole my purse. Like, and it goes on, and you see Bertrand's like, sir, calm down, and like he's not listening, obviously, and the captain kind of just like stoically stays there and listens to this rambling, and he goes, I'm not here for that, thank you, and walks away. However, you can send your complaints to Alex, and then Alex kind of steps in, and like kind of like dejected Alex stands in front of Dracor and kind of just like, oh god, and then the rambling continues. The captain kind of then puts the table back, on its legs, gets him a chair, and walks up toward Torque. Torque, you're kind of like playing, what's that rope game? Like
Tug of war.
Tug of war. Yeah, you're playing tug of war with a 300-pound cat. You're holding your own. You see, like, you're doing pretty fine. And you're like, sir.
No, my chicken, get it.
Sir, I'm pretty sure food is available for you for free, sir.
But this one's mine. This one right here, it was mine.
Okay. Yeah, Coach, you do see this scene since you're Tarkus' guardian. And the captain is like,
I'm his friend.
oh yeah, sorry. Sorry. What did I say? I said guardian. I apologize.
Wow.
Drift over like clean, like I've got things to clean until I'm close to the conversation.
All right. He's like, sir, I'd like to talk to you about your attack on the city today. Like he's trying to see you if you react.
I'm very sorry about this captain. Once he gets that chicken in him, he gets all antsy in his pantsy.
All right.
I'm gonna try to grapple with the kitty to get really get the chicken out of its mouth.
He kind of like doesn't grab his weapon or anything, but he kind of holds the hilt of his blade that's sheathted, and he kind of like, sir, this is the last time I'm gonna ask. You better acknowledge me, or there will be consequences.
Torque.
But my chick.
There's more chicken.
The second you turn around, boom, Bibbit wins and walks away.
Fine.
And he's got the chicken.
I scowl at the bit. And what?
You will get your revenge in this life or the next. Answer the nice man's questions.
What was the question? Who was this person?
Hello, I'm Captain Kieran, Captain of the Guard. I have reports today that even though, well, first let's sit down, please. And he kind of like points to a table that's kind of far from the others. Definitely not at earshot, right? And he kind of like just kind of signals you to sit down.
Okay.
There's only 2 chairs, one for him, one for Torque. He kind of doesn't necessarily look at you, Echoes, but you might.
He should be fine now. Just wave to me if he's giving you more trouble. Keep your questions quick though. His attention span is like a fly's.
Wait a minute. He kind of looks at you a little bit, kind of scans you up. He kind of pulls a notepad.
I start looking for another bait.
Actually, sir, are you with him?
Yes, I am his traveling companion, Iliakos Celebratos, priest of the horn-greened goddess from the Feywild.
Okay. Would you join us at the table, please? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Grab a chair and sit down.
All right. Meanwhile, Alex is still like getting yelled at, and then this one grabbed me, probably touched me all over. My jacket is soaked and it's ruined. It's phoenix feathers, I tell you. I want gold. I deserve to be reimbursed. And it goes, Alex just nods and goes on. So Torque and Enip, Elias and Dahlia, you guys kind of see this interaction where Torque is being asked to follow him and come answer questions. What do you guys do at that point? Would you want to reconvene to the original table you guys were in, or what do you want to do?
At this point in time,
At this point, yes.
Wrestling.
Oh,
You're
Captain,
wrestling?
is this about the books?
Hold on. Elias, what did you say? Sorry.
I am at this point in time. I am drunk, and I am going to go be with the only other person that seems to be still partying.
Okay.
With,
all right.
Luffy.
Cool. Yeah, you're going with Luffy's group. I mean, they're still partying, but they're not.
And I just go and sit at
Not
the
as hard as
table with
Luffy.
Ednip.
Okay. Cool. Perfect.
I mean, I really haven't moved much at all during this entire engagement.
Right, you kind of just like the power of telekinesis, right? All right, so you guys sit down. He's like, yes, as a matter of fact, it is about the books.
Well, the Ednip over there has actually handled one of the books as well.
Has he now? That was not in my report, but I'll go talk to him afterwards. Mostly what was reported is your friend here. What's your name, sir? What's your name?
I'm Torque.
Torque. Very well. And you, sir?
Iliakos Celebratos.
Very well. So he writes that down. He's like, so it was reported to me that just before the attack, you, sir, as he's looking at Torque, were seen carrying a bunch of books, and those books happened to explode in a marketplace full of innocent people. A lot of them died. Why should I not arrest you immediately?
Why would you arrest? What? I was fighting those bugs.
You were, and that's why. Actually, that is the good answer. That is the only reason why I didn't come here with a whole brigade of knights and took you by force to our jail, is because you fought the insects. You put your lives, you know, according to some of my some of the people who reported you, fought to death with some of the insects, and you were badly wounded, and even Professor Beast over there spoke well of you as you were a participant in the defense of innocent people. But there's still the books, and that's where I'm kind of confused. So why don't you explain to me what happened?
Iliakis, what happened again? It was the... Oh, yeah,
The old man, I think you said he was.
Yeah, there was this old dude. He was having a really hard time with these books. They were way too heavy for him. He's super old and super weak. So he asked me to deliver some, and people were being very rude and not taking their deliveries. So I persuaded them to accept the deliveries the old man told me they needed. And then my best buddy here told me that I needed to get them back. I'm still confused about that, because the old man said he was going to give me a book, and I've never had a book before, so I was super excited to do this quick, easy job of delivering books in order to get my first book. And then he's gone, and I'm, just getting reprimanded by Iliakis. I don't know what I did wrong. I still don't know what I did wrong. But I killed a lot of bugs, though. A lot of fun killing the bugs. But that's all I know.
It's Torque with a Q, by the way.
Very well. Okay. Now, let me ask. Did you know that the books were gonna explode and endanger people's lives?
Wait, the books exploded?
Kind of just blinks. Yeah, exactly that. Thank you.
That's the look I give him.
He gives him, and the captain kind of gives him like a blank look as well, just like that. And
well, the look is what I'm giving the captain, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
How do books explode?
Magic.
I thought they were for reading.
Okay.
Does reading make you
So
explode?
he kind of like turns away from you and looks at Iliakos.
Does reading make you explode? Oh my god.
I mean, the problem is, yeah, actually that can happen, but we'll get into that later, Torque.
So confused.
What? So how long do you know Torque?
About a year.
Yeah. You guys have been on the road a lot?
Yeah, for about a year.
Okay. Does he... Be honest with me, is he stupid?
No, he's I wouldn't say he's
Did you just call me stupid? I'm right here, sir.
Shush. Eat your chicken.
Fine. The bit took it.
Pick a nearby drumstick up off the floor and put it in front of him. There's some more. I wouldn't call him unintelligent so much as unwise, and therefore he can be influenced fairly easily.
Okay.
You're probably seeing that in his sort of spotty memory.
So would you say that your friend is gullible?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Hey,
He won't know what that means either. That's like 3 syllables. So.
Gotcha.
Can you explain that after we're done here?
Yeah, no, we'll get to that. Don't worry. Just write that one down and I'll define it for you later.
Go.
So Gover
Regardless,
and Able.
so
Yeah.
as was revealed. So you're saying an old. So did you see that old man? Did you see that interaction with the with Torque?
I did not see the old man, but one of the shopkeepers knew his name.
Okay.
And it wasn't one of the shops that was specifically still had a book in it when the explosion started.
Right,
I believe it was at the southwest corner of the square.
Gotcha. Okay. So clearly they were traps. He kind of looks at a Torque. You see, I kind of maybe I'm gullible as well. I feel like you're not lying to me as he's looking at you, Torque.
Captain of the guard if you were gullible.
I feel like this is odd for me. So you're saying an old man kind of just approached you, asked you to like deliver books, and you just did that?
That's the classic adventurer's grift, if you think about it.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, you appear in feeble or infirm or incapable of taking care of yourself, and then simply tap into the good nature of others.
He was super old.
See?
Right.
He was old.
Well, just so we're clear, what your implication, sir, with that is that actually those books were traps, and they exploded in crowded streets. Not only in the market, by the way, many books were handed around the city, and they blew up all over the place. And then all of a sudden, gigantic insects came out of the ground and started attacking folks, and a lot of good people died. You distributed some of those books. Now, like I said, maybe I'm gullible and I actually believe your story. But I'm gonna have my eye on you. Torque, Ilyakos, you said someone else saw the books?
Yeah. Ednip over there handled one of them, and he is actually trained in the arcane arts, so I believe he recognized the glyph and the nature of the magic.
Right. I was told they were. I mean, before I came to see you, I did my investigation first. And they were definitely magically sealed and trapped, and rigged.
So, if I might ask you really quickly, do magical seals and traps and summoning of that nature seem like something within the capabilities of this?
No, definitely not. He kind of smiles and, you know, he kind of agrees with you in there.
Not really understanding what's going on with the chicken in my mouth, I smile back.
With the bits of chicken between your teeth and like a bone sticking out because you still don't know you're not supposed to chew those.
They've got calcium. They're good.
While you're having that conversation, Alex, who succeeded in wrangling free from Draco Malfoy's constant whining, he kind of comes to see the captain. He says, "Sir, we do have to take care of the other thing." Yes. I think I'm done with my interrogation. Let's go. We're gonna need some help. And then he kind of looks at Torque. He's like, "Wait a minute. We could use your help, gentlemen." And he looks back at Ilyakos. I think if you help us with that, I think we can safely assume that you're innocent in this.
All right, what's up?
You might be interested to know that we do have another lead. As you can imagine, the insects that attacked the city made a ravage on our sewer system, and I need an escort for the workers that need to go and fix some of the and patch some of the holes that have been made. And I have a feeling that clues for that might for what's going on with the whole book situation, explosion. I have a feeling that we'll find some answers down there.
That sounds like a perfect job for me and the crew.
Torque isn't at the table anymore. He's looking for a beer.
Well, you guys are going at the academy, right?
Yep.
Like he kind of like for a second seemed to have dropped the official kind of the. God, I hope they help you or him in some ways. 'Cause I feel like this guy's gonna be trouble for a long time. So you're.
Eliakos' normal smiling face darkens just a bit. You have no idea.
All right.
Don't worry. Once you see him swing that axe, you'll understand.
Oh, I've seen barbarians before.
You've not seen Torque.
Okay. Well,
I sneak back to the table and I have 2 beers and I hand one to Eliakis.
I appreciate that you both volunteered. You may come and meet me at the guardhouse. Kind of gives you directions. Come out of the tavern, turn left, right, whatever.
Yeah.
Come meet me there. I'll get the workers situated, and then we'll escort you to the entrance.
Will we have time to recuperate and meet you in the morning?
Sure. Yeah. Morning will be fine.
That would be most efficient. My magic is spent.
Yeah, and I think maybe a good night for your companion might help.
If it hasn't yet.
What did you volunteer for?
A quest. Another quest. You like quests.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Do we get to fight things?
Probably going to fight more of those bugs, or the remnants of them, or whatever else dwells in the sewers. Probably giant rats. We might get to finally meet a rat king.
Talia. Talia, so you're
Yes.
you kind of looking, right? I'm trying to keep sense of what's going on because you were worried what's going on with Torque. While you're looking at the situation, you kind of like interrupted like suddenly. There's a glass of water being pushed towards you, and then you see the pink haired girl kind of smiling back at you. She still has the pie on her head, and she's kind of like, will this be more of your speed? I noticed you weren't drinking alcohol.
Yes, thank you. I very much appreciate it.
Can I sit down?
But of course.
So she sits down next to you, and she's and Nib, you sitting there too, right?
Yes.
Okay, so she kind of joins, and she kind of like salutes Dahlia, and she salutes you as well, and Nib. She kind of sits down, and it's nice to meet you guys. My name is Lalit. Are you guys going to the academy as well?
Yes, we all arrived today. It seems just before the event happened.
Yeah. I was over at the port side. I just arrived in town, and I saw what was going on. That's crazy.
Where did you? Are you from this area, or are you also from farther afield?
From a smaller village in the vicinity of the city.
Ah.
She was looking at you while you were talking normally, right? And then she kind of was just stared for a second. And then she kind of like, she seemed like she went blank, right? She was staring at you and him. And then she kind of gets back into it. And she looks at Dahlia, and I'm like, I don't know if it's okay for me to say, but you're not from here, are you?
Dahlia kind of freezes for a second because she remembers what Elias's dad said.
Huh?
But she kind of looks at her for a second and then shakes her head like, no, I'm not from around here.
Yeah, I noticed, and she kind of smiles, and it's at that moment that you kind of get a good glimpse at her eyes, and her eyes are kind of very at the moment all black with little dots of like brilliance, a little bit, kind of like the night sky, right? And they're like she. When you see
Kind
her
of like
eyes,
the Milky Way effect.
kind of like a Milky Way effect, and you're kind of watching her eyes, and she's blinded. You kind of like see her movement, like she does not. She kind of acts like, you know, like looks like a blind person looks like. Like her head is kind of stiff. She doesn't really. She's looking at the right direction, and she can definitely hear you, but she, you know, it was. It's something that you kind of perceive and pick up, right? And then you kind of perceive the same thing, and that's one of the of our first features that you guys have noticed. And she then kind of tilts her head a little bit and kind of smiles back at you. It's like, yeah, I could tell, I could see your aura, and it's not from here. You. Well, she kind of looks back at Hednip, and like she's almost feels guilty because she's kind of revealing a little bit of you in front of someone else, but she's like, I could tell you're kind of like looks like a traveler, I would say, right? Can you tell me where you're from?
Way,
Oh my.
do I get the impression that I can actually trust both of them?
That's how would we? None of them have done anything bad to you so far, and you definitely seen that Ednip, you know, fought and he battled with you. So, you know, common sense would say maybe, but it's kind of hard to, like, on a very small interaction that you've had, even with both of them, to say that you can trust them fully, right? She, however, does not seem to be devious or have like ill will intention. Seems almost a little bit
that
naive.
was more what I was,
Right, like the way she's talking, like it's almost like she's kind of like, you know, she knows gossip. Like it doesn't seem like she's like, I know where you're from. Like, you know, she's kind of like, she's like, hey, you're not from around here.
Please don't let this go past this table.
Oh,
I came through one of the rifts.
Ednip is shocked a little bit, but he keeps his composure.
she's pretty shocked too. You do see that she's kind of like, I will keep that a secret. I'm sorry if I kind of ambushed you.
My adoptive father, Elias's father, actually was the one who told me not to tell anybody because most people in this place apparently perceive them as attacks, which I can kind of understand. So up until now, the only other two people who knew where I was from was Elias and his father.
Somebody call me?
Oh, God.
So you kind of like, just like, ah! And then you kind of plant back down on the ground. She kind of like grabs your, like puts her hand over yours and she says, I'm very, very interested in hearing more. I understand if you don't want to talk about it more tonight, and I'll keep that a secret, I promise you. And then
I appreciate that. Thank you.
at that moment, you hear like someone kind of like you're both kind of sitting at a table looking at each other. She's got her hand on yours, and like someone kind of walks in, kind of standing up in between the two of you, like off the, you know, away from the table, but like not sneakily. They kind of just excuse me, I'm very sorry to interrupt. And she kind of looks back and yes, and Bertrand's there, and he kind of like still kind of like fixing up his jacket and his blouse and his puffy necklace, and he's like, I'm sorry to interrupt you, madams, but I couldn't help to hear that your name is Lalit. And then he kind of looks at a note and he's like, yes, that's correct. And he's like, well, I am Bertrand, and it seems that we are assigned to the same group, and with my young master, Sir Noble Dracor Malpheus. And I just wanted to introduce myself, and if you later on would like to join us at a table, it'd be lovely to make your acquaintances. She's like, oh, that's great. And kind of like, I'll be there in a moment. And then, very well, and then Bertrand kind of walks away. Well, I guess I know where I'm going now.
I now apologize for the fact that you have to be with that blowhard.
Yes, he doesn't compose himself as much as a noble really should. He's quite the disgrace to his family. I'm sure.
Well, I'm sure he has some redeeming qualities.
Let me know if you ever find one.
She smiles back. She's like, absolutely, I'll let you know. Well, thank you guys. It was nice meeting you, and I
It
wish
was
you a good
lovely
night.
meeting you too, and I hope you have a wonderful night yourself.
She walks off and goes to the table with Bertrand and Dracora Malfoy. Alias.
Yes.
I'll be sure to lift the pie off her head too. By the way, that'd be nice. With my mage
do you
hand.
with
I'll
your
remove
mage
the
hand?
pie from her
Okay.
head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you do like subtly, or do you do it like in a way that you want her to notice that you're doing it?
I'll do it really subtly.
Okay.
It's just like just to be
She
nice.
seems to not
She seems nice.
care. Like she's like
Yeah.
like like cool with it or whatever, right? She's rolling with it. And then she walks away. All right, Alias. You kind of like, or you've been passed out for maybe like a 15 minutes, so you're kind of getting like the your second win, as they say. And then you kind of like get pushed a little bit and like, hey, you passed out. You want a beer? And then right there and then, Luffy just hands you another beer, and with a gigantic smile, and they're still partying apparently. Invites you back to drinking.
By all means, yeah, I'll take another beer, but you know who needs another beer other than me? All right, gentleman over there, I did this whole thing just to try to get him in a better mood.
You know what? I'll bring him a beer. But you know what? Come, and he kind of helps you at the table. I didn't know you were such a lightweight. You're pretty funny. Well, let's keep drinking. And so he goes to the thing to the table for Dracor, and comes and brings a beer, and he's like, I don't want beer, thank you. He's like, fine, more for me. And then he just grabs it back, chugs it, and leaves. And like, Jalia, Henry, Iliakos, you guys are kind of seeing, like, you can already tell, like, that Luffy guy is very similar to, like, Elias and Torque. Like, he's, like, kind of clueless of what's going on in a lot of ways. Elias, at that point, like, you start drinking with them, and you're starting to understand that they're leaving. Like, they have actually are not new to the academy. They're kind of like, you're grasping that they're leaving. They're going to do their own thing. A couple of them are missing, apparently, and they're like, they were adventurers for a little bit. They did stuff with the academy. They did some stuff, and they've accumulated some money, and they just bought a boat, and they're setting off to sail. And this is their last night, like, on land. So they're partying because they're leaving. So you understand that they've been here for about a year at the academy, so they kind of know a little bit, and they start telling you a little bit about, like, so and so teacher, or like watch out for that one, and this one's kind of a tough guy, and they're talking like they're kind of pointing at Raging Beast over there, and it's like, oh, this one's like, he thinks he's tough and whatever. Like, but yeah, and they you kind of get that kind of information from them a little bit. They seem to be like a party that've been together for a while, and yeah.
All right.
Torque Iliakos. After your conversation with the captain, he takes off. He looks at Sergeant Alex and say, if you'd like, you're on leave. You can stay here tonight. Congratulations again on your promotion. I will see you early bright as the sun gets up at the workers area, and we're going to be met by these fellows to go in the sewers. So I'll see you there. And then takes off. All right. anyone wants to do something else, or you guys turning in for the night? Well, I mean, I guess Iliakos, Torque, you kind of like leave the table, right? And you kind of go join Enip and Dahlia because they don't know yet what you agreed to do.
Yep. Sit down, slide an ale over to Ednip, another one for Torque, one for myself, and then a raspberry bitters over to Dahlia. Well, good work. I got us a job.
A job.
Wait, what?
Don't we have to go to the academy tomorrow? When will we have time to work?
Well, in between classes or whenever the city guard demands. I'm presuming that you would be interested in finding out more about the cult that summoned all of these insects all over the city and killed all
this
these
has to do with
innocent
the cult? A cult?
Yes.
Ah, so they have been investigating those books. I've been thinking about them quite a bit since I was able to only touch it for a brief moment, but there's some.
Yes, you touched it very quickly and then it exploded. I bet you get that problem a lot. So what we're going to be doing tomorrow morning
stares at him like my character's staring at him.
What we'll be doing tomorrow morning is meeting up with the captain of the guard, who is both going to be escorting the workers to fix the sewers from all the digging that they did, and look into any more clues he might be able to find. And he's obviously going to need coverage while he's done doing that. And he's picked us for the job. Now, of course, you can say no. You're your own people. The only people specifically required to do it are myself and Torque. But I would imagine that the people's interests are also your interests.
Well, if it involves these books, I am interested. It's not very often you find strange magic like this. It's worth investigating. And as you say, it also benefits the people. I am in.
Iliakis.
Yo.
Reading books makes them explode?
Not all books, no. Just certain magic books with traps in them, which is what this kind of was.
So why do you guys get books all the time? Seems really dangerous.
Because it's really, really rare.
Books are rare?
No, exploding trapped books are really, really rare.
Oh.
I would have to say I had for my entire youth of studying Torque, this would have been the first book I've ever seen that's ever exploded, and I have to attest that I've handled quite many tomes at the time. This is quite odd.
Yeah, I've never had a book before.
I'm sure you'll have plenty if we're actually going to an actual school, from what I hear of the descriptions of how mortals do schools.
Right on. Any of you care to, like, you kind of realize that you may have forgotten a member of your group, and you kind of turn around and you see, like, Elias just party and still drinking heavily with the others and whatnot. Any of you guys want to?
Well, I'll look at Dahlia and I will ask, is he going to be okay?
I'll get him another drink.
Not sure if that's what's going to help him at this point. Maybe a cold bucket of water.
Why would you stop the party? That's... what?
We're in the cleanup phase now, Torque.
Oh. End of party.
But yeah, you might be able to draw him back here with another drink. If he's capable of conceiving the concept, it may be best if he knew about the adventure that awaits us tomorrow morning.
Should I do the bait and switch? I say it's a beer, but it's actually water.
You know what that
Hey, Elias, I've got another drink for you. Come on over.
Talk, hey buddy, come on over here. Hey, this guy was just telling me all these different stories. I'll grab him by the waist and lead him over to the group.
Torque, do you follow? So you kind of attract Elias with a beer. He goes, "Oh my God, here's a beer!" He comes towards you, and then he kind of like puts his fucking arm around you, and he's like, "Let's go drink that beer together, man!" And he goes off. Kind of pulls you towards the other group that are still partying.
Yeah, I forgot about what Iliakis said about cleanup phase, and I go with Elias.
I don't know why I keep falling for that one.
All right. Anyone interjects? Nope. All right. So Torque goes partying. Very well.
I'm getting the distinct impression that Dahlia could use a break from her ward as well.
Yeah.
They really should know, but I'm fairly certain Torque's not going to remember, and Elias is so blasted he probably won't either.
Probably not.
Party at the goat house.
Party at the... Yes! I mean, it is called the goat, so the tavern, the happy goat. So there you go. Party at the goat house. Not by design, by the way. I didn't think about that one. All right.
I've been thinking it this whole time.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go take advantage of the bathing quarters in our room.
All right. So you go and wash up, and in Yakos, you kind of like, unless you have something specific you want to do, you kind of like hang out for the night and then turn on to go sleep. Torque, Elias, is there at any point in time that either of you stop partying?
Probably when either they leave or we pass out.
All right.
Is there?
That sounds like a no.
When do they stop serving the beer?
They don't stop.
They don't stop? Then neither do we.
All right. Well, you kind of ask
so they
the
won't
lady,
stop.
and it's like, oh well, it's a special occasion, and we're not stopping.
Another round!
All right.
Woo!
You see Luffy like, I really like this lady. She keeps bringing us beer. We keep asking for beer. She brings beer. I would give you a generous tip. And he puts like 100 gold piece on the table. Lady, just make sure you pick that up. And then his party just kind of looks at me like, what? And she kind of like swings by and be like, sir, are you serious? Absolutely. I don't care. Bring in some more beer. And she kind of like, no, he just didn't put one piece. He put 100 one pieces.
What a baller. Gosh.
What a baller, indeed. All right, and Nip?
Yeah, I mean, I will, I'll be probably retiring as well, cleaning myself up, but I must look presentable for the morning if we are going to be going to the sewers.
To the sewers?
I've never been to a sewer before.
You know what goes in sewer, right?
Oh my god.
Runoff water, I assume?
It's look my best for when I go into the sewers.
All right.
People in cities and mortals don't seem to just like bury it and use it to grow more plants. You all put it into like poop tunnels. I would recommend high boots tomorrow.
Well, I appreciate it. I will dress accordingly then.
Right.
I'll
All right.
bid them
Make sure they're watertight boots as well. That's how you get athlete's foot, amongst other things.
They don't really make boots for Haragons. quite like
Considering
that
you're
either.
wearing samurai type sandals.
Yeah.
Are those wood sandals?
Yep.
Are they well lacquered? Because if not, they're gonna absorb the poop water.
I'll make arrangements.
See, I'm good. I got
As
hooked.
Ednip does the best puke emote.
Yep, pretty much. All right.
Also, given what happens, like when poop off gases, I don't mean to sound insensitive as this. Is Dahlia going to be safe down there?
Oh, with gases.
Burns a little brighter.
She's not there. She's like, right now she's like, cleaning herself up, preparing to go to bed. You're both there. You're sitting there. You kind of wonder at that question, and then lights fades in, and then scene. All right. Well, that was episode 2. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next episode. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Like the video. Leave a comment. Have a lovely day, and remember, D&D is for everyone. Bye. Have a good night.